Merry Christmas, Bubbler, and welcome to the Media Bubble Podcast. I'm Fredrik, and he's Karol. And in today's episode, I guess we're having a bit of a Christmas special. It's the beginning to be that time of the year again.
Yes, it's that time of the year again. Sorry, I've been just messing with my microphone because, as always, I tend to mess up with things. Merry Christmas to you all, dear listeners, and happy holidays.
Yeah, all those traditional things. And I just thought that we could, talk a little bit about Christmas traditions. Well, what we usually do around Christmas time. How's it going for you, Karol? Are your Christmas shopping done?
Like you could say it. Do you remember yesterday when I called you in the mall, having asked you about the problem that I had with my brother?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so basically, for the listeners, my brother, he tends to like expensive gifts. And the issue is, I don't want to spend like 2,000 kronor, which is like about $200, on some like gymnastics equipment for him. Just no. That's like, why would I?
That's a bit expensive.
Yeah, and it's like, you're a grown adult, you can buy it yourself. So instead, I plan on buying him socks or underwear, and I'll slip like a $50 dollars.
That sounds a bit harsh when you say it like that.
Well, I asked him.
You're a grown-ass man. Buy your own damn equipment.
Yeah, he is. He has a job. I seen him work.
Aren't Christmas about celebrating with each other, Karol?
Yes, exactly.
It's not about the money. It's about the care you're giving in the gift.
I think I shown that I care enough by actually also giving him $50 to like his gymnastics equipment fund, because I don't have to do that. But yeah, otherwise I think I have everyone's gifts. I'm also missing my mom's, but that's because I already have one gift for her, but I feel like I could also like top it off with something also small, but I haven't found anything yet.
Yeah, I'm going to give my dad 2 things this year.
What did you get him?
No, I haven't actually gotten my hands on. I have gotten my hands on some pens that he will get, and he will also get a Liverpool. What is the word in English? Calendar in Swedish.
Just calendar.
Year.
Yeah, like
is
a yearly
calendar.
Like a yearly calendar, like an almanac.
Christmas calendar. No, a Liverpool calendar.
Oh, wait. So it's like the one with chocolates, right?
No.
I am messing it up.
It's not a calendar like 1 to 24. It's like a yearly, like January, February.
Oh, okay. So just like a regular calendar for him to use.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a pretty nice gift, and also quite timely. Like, I also said I wanted to gift my mom another gift, and I know she's obsessed with like calendars and like stationery. Like, I buy stickers. I share with her. I have like washi tape that I also share with her. She gave me like her weekly planner. The problem is, she already has everything. She already has a yearly calendar for next year. She already has like a personal notebook. She has stacks of papers and it makes it difficult for me to buy stuff for her.
That's always the biggest problem, I feel, especially now when I get older. Every time I ask people, so what do you want? I don't know.
Come on, you want at least something, right?
Apparently not. But you're still supposed to come up with something to give.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, going back to my brother, I asked him multiple times, and each time he mentioned this 2K gymnastics equipment. So he doesn't work with me.
No, I guess not.
Actually, that brings me a good question for us both. What is the appropriate amount of money to spend on a gift? And I just want to preface, if we do answer this question, this is probably like for people living in Sweden.
Well, for me, I actually don't really have a budget in that way. Like usually my gift are different prices. I have all in the years past. I have always kind of thought more about the gift than the price. But I can admit that like 50, I don't really go over $50 that often. Like usually my presents are around $30, something in that range.
Yeah, I feel that's reasonable. Because it's still not as little where you have difficulty just getting something nice, but like I think like over $50 is excessive.
Actually, that got me thinking. Do you play that Christmas game with the rolling that dice and you're supposed to pick a present in
Oh
like
no,
the stack?
not at home. But you mean the white elephant game?
Yeah, is it called White Elephant Game in English?
I think so. I think Offline TV did an elephant game one year, and they put it on their YouTube.
That's an unusual name, I have to say. White Elephant.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's weird. We also played it in school one time, if I remember. Anyway,
No, not me.
but anyway, we don't do it at home. We usually just have like dinner and gifts, but we will be doing it on my office party, which is happening pretty soon.
Can I say that I have grown to hate that game?
Yeah. Wait. Why do you hate it?
Well, the thing is that we usually have a budget for our gift, and the budget are usually kind of low. Our budget is like $5 per thing, and we usually buy 2 things. And the thing is that because the gifts are not supposed to be special for anyone, like it's the most ordinary kind of things. Like presents, I have discovered are kind of a tricky thing, because you have this box full of potential. Like there can be anything in this box. It's kind of like Kinder Egg. The possibilities are endless. But once you have opened it and see what it is, then those possibilities are over. Like now you know what it is. It's just a lamp. Not a big lamp. I mean like one of those light bulbs.
Oh, so it's like a light bulb.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And those ordinary stuff like are all over, like so once I opened those ordinary gift, like it doesn't help that I know the fact that I will be disappointed. I still open it and like, yep, I was right. This wasn't something that I wanted.
I think because I don't play this game that often. As I said, last time I played it in school when everybody had to buy gag gifts. But this year...
When did you play it at school? Because I don't remember. It wasn't with me, right?
No, it wasn't. It was with our class. So I think it was during the last year before graduation. We had this idea where we'll just... Everybody buys a gag gifts, like $5, as you said. And we're just going to play the White Elephant before Christmas break. And we did. It was cool. Everybody was just chilling. Everybody got a gift. It was like straws, maybe some towels, maybe some batteries. But I think you have to go in with the mindset that you'll probably get useless stuff or mildly like stuff you can use.
Yeah, and that's the stuff that I know that it's going to be stuff that you aren't going to be that excited for, but for some reason a gift is still a gift. Your head is still thinking about the possibilities.
Yeah, because it's like it's like Schrodinger's box until you open, not Schrodinger's box. but it's like until you open it, it could be anything, and that's what entices you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean with Kinder Egg.
But yeah, we'll be gonna playing this at the office, and we have some really ruthless people. So we'll see if I'm gonna be left with a gift this year.
Yeah, but the problem with if you get a lot of gift, then people will target you. So suddenly you're sitting there with five presents, and suddenly you just have one.
I'll be glad if I get any gift. As I said,
Well, in my family, we have a rule that every person should have at least one gift. Like you can't steal from someone that just have one present.
but does anybody always? Is there always somebody that ends up with two gifts or more? How many gifts are in play per like players?
As I said, it's usually two per person.
Oh, so you always end up with more gifts on like than people.
Yeah, it's like the double. It's like the double gifts. That's kind of the official rule. Sometimes there's someone that maybe brings three or something.
Another thing, wanted to ask you, what is your Christmas wish list? If you could come up like because we had this circling back to my previous question about gifts, you said that people can't always say what they want, right? They can't come up with like directly. So what would you like for Christmas?
Well, in presents,
Yeah, like what do you wish for? Let's be greedy.
I wish for the happiness of every person in the world.
Bro, I mean,
What is
very
wrong with that, Carol?
very noble, but also very expensive.
Is it expensive?
Yes, yes, it is.
I don't really wish for, or I don't really have that kind of feeling anymore. I kind of had when I was younger and I got excited over especially a video game or movie. But now, if there's something that I want, I usually just get it. Like I have made a list this year, and there are some games on it, and if I don't get it and it's something that I want, I kind of just buy it afterwards anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen your games collection, so it would explain a lot. Because I like, on the other hand, I have a lot of stuff I would like to buy someday. But I also am employed. I have a job, but a lot of the time I don't feel like it's okay to
Well,
be to buy for me to buy stuff.
yeah, but you were asking me like something that I really wanted, and if there is something that, for an example, if there is a video game that I really wanted, then I would just buy it.
Because I mean, but out of the stuff that you would perhaps want but not necessarily buy, or do you have any of such ideas like maybe a trip to the spa or like a sightseeing tour or like an experience or just something a
Oh,
little bit more
are you
posh?
talking about this experience gifts?
Kinda. I mean, what do you feel? What do you feel about experience gifts? Like if somebody in like gave you a card to like a bungee jump.
Yeah, I'm more of a guy that likes to give a physical thing, so you can have it for a long period of time.
Well, I'm not opposed to experiences. I've really like how do you say? Like this year, I really come around going to the spa. I've kind of been to the spa a few times this year, which is
Have you?
funny
You have never. I don't think you have mentioned that to me.
because it I I'm always I always get invited by my mom because she doesn't want to. Oh, I mean, I don't feel like
Spa
going.
day with mom.
Look, my mom is also my friend. She's a really good friend to me.
Mm.
So it's not weird. We're just like, it's just chill.
I,
Like,
I never said that it was weird. Carol, you don't have to be embarrassed. You're not an adult now.
I know. But it's like I've turned around going to spa because it's really cozy. Like you can chill in the bubble pool, you can read, you get like a tasty meal, you can swim, just relax. And I feel like I would not be opposed to giving someone a spa day as a gift or receiving one as a gift.
Would you be excited for getting that as a present?
I think I would. I think I would, yeah.
Because as I mentioned before, the thing with gifts for me is that wow, I don't really get that excited anymore. Like maybe I did when I was younger, but now not really, if I'm being honest. Like it's nice to get stuff, and it's nice that people from my family gives me stuff. But if we were just talking about the excitement level, then no, not really.
I guess maybe you. So it's not like we we haven't experienced Christmas. We did, in fact, quite a lot. So maybe just receiving gifts on Christmas kind of lost its luster. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, one thing that I kind of wanted to ask you about is, do you still get the Christmas feeling?
I haven't had Christmas feeling before COVID. But after COVID, I realized that I kind of like Christmas again.
Because that is kind of something that happens for me year to year. It usually depends on how busy I am with other stuff. But Christmas, I'm kind of getting it a bit this year, I'm noticing. But it's, so some years I get it, some years I guess I don't get it. I think it helps a lot because right now where I live it's snow. And I feel like snow really helps that Christmas feeling for me.
Yeah, oh my god, there's so much snow. I almost drove off the road because of the snow.
Yeah, that's the downside side to it.
Yeah. Look, when my life is...
Like I used to bike to work, and now and when there is so much snow and there's ice sometimes under snow, I don't really feel like I want to bike. So I guess I'm walking instead.
Yeah, I can... God, I'm going back to school memories when I biked in winter to school, and I ate pavement so hard one time. Because I drove out of school. I think it was like in elementary, and I had like a bit home. I drove out. Oh, hi, kitty. Mwah. Yeah, she just jumped in front of me. You wanna hear when Daddy ate pavement? Yes, you do.
Oh, are your cat Josephine right there with you?
Yeah, she came to visit. It's so cute. But yeah, anyway, so I booked my bike, I went out of school, and I began cycling. And I did not realize that the road was covered in like a thin sheet of ice. So I was cycling, behind me was a car, and suddenly just like stink, boom! I fell on the ground. The ground was just like screeching halt, almost hitting me. It was hilarious.
Do you remember that time where I remember one time when I was biking to school, and you and me were currently in different classes, so we didn't see each other exactly every day. We might pass each other on sometimes in school, but we weren't in the same classes. And one time I was biking, and in like the middle of my way there, I'm noticing, oh, there's my friend Karol. And you see me and kind of just run to me and, Fredrik, thank God that you're here. I'm late for a test. I need, can you
I remember
take me on the bike? And the thing is that for some reason I have a bit of a hard time to bike when someone is sitting behind me. So you rode my bike to school so you could manage to be in time for that test. And you were telling me like, I was praying to God, and then you came there with your bike.
You know, I still remember this day so clearly. Because this was the way it happened. Like, I don't remember why I was late, but when I was a kid, I was chronically late. And I was just like, divine intervention, please, if there's any, like, deity watching over me, any help, please, God, help. And then you're like, I see you in the peripheral, it's like, holy shit, it's actually happening.
God really exists.
God exists.
Actually, one thing that I'm kind of curious about, how does Christmas Day itself, how does that look for you? Or in what order do you do things?
God, I can just recap last year's if you want.
Yeah, I kind of just explain roughly what happens for you.
Okay, so first of all, Christmas begins like a week earlier. Based on there's so much food and there's so much decorations and there's so much like stuff that has to be ready for everything.
Yeah, Christmas kind of feel like a month whole event.
Yeah, making food entire week, shopping, buying, like, wrapping gifts, decorating on Christmas Day, like, well, before Christmas Day, because that's when we celebrate. On Christmas Day, we don't even open the gifts on Christmas Day. So before the Christmas Day, we have the guests. Everything is laid out on the table, all the various foods, all of the, like, drinks we have, and we start the party around, like, we have the guests around 2, and then we have a dinner, some music, like socializing. When the first star in heaven begins to shine, not in heaven, just in the sky, that's the signal for where you can open the gifts. So we go under the Christmas tree and we exchange gifts. There's, like, from Santa. I'm doing the fingers. And it's usually up to 7 when we go back to eat and socialize and drink and stuff ourselves full. And
what do you eat?
Oh God, pierogis with, like, with potatoes and onions. Barsht, which is like red beet soup with small pelmeni, like with mushrooms. Jarzynowa sałatka, which is like potatoes, carrot, pea, mayo, and like pickled cucumber salad. It's so good. We have lots of fish. We have zawiasy, which is like pan beef or like really thin sliced cuts of meat. You roll them up. Inside there's mustard, pickled cucumber, and onion, and you boil, like, not boil them, but you boil them in a sauce, like a brown sauce, and it's so good. And cakes, lots of cakes, which we usually like order like a week or 2 ahead.
Do you eat porridge?
No. Do you eat porridge?
No, I don't eat it, but my family sometimes do. Some it feels like some years there's porridge and some years, or maybe just because I don't eat it. Maybe it's every year and I just don't remember it.
You just black it out from your memory.
Yeah, because I usually don't eat the Christmas porridge.
What is Christmas porridge made out of? Is it just grot?
I don't know, if I'm being honest.
I think I would like to try it. There's also like a little bit, like, because in Sweden you guys have like I'm snapping my fingers. What's the thing? Glögg.
Yeah. Is that a
like,
Swedish thing?
I mean, I don't think it's like necessarily only Swedish. More like Scandinavian, or maybe also a little bit German.
Wait, people don't have it in. You didn't have it in Poland?
Not really. Like in Poland, around like when it's colder, you usually just drink like beer with honey. Grzaniec.
Oh, okay. Now here the two popular thing to drink in Christmas time is glögg, which is kind of an alcoholic drink, and julmust,
God, I
which
love
is
Julmust.
which julmust is, if I'm going to describe it, it's a soda that reminds me you a little bit about Coca-Cola, but not entirely. It's much more musty.
Yeah, it's not as sweet. It's a little bit like musky. And then they slap a label. Then they change the label on the bottle, and then they serve it on Easter.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that for 1 month in Sweden, that soda outsells pretty much every other soda. Like Coca-Cola is usually first the other 11 months, and then December rolls around, and now julmust.
But the thing is, they don't sell Julmust year round, so they already have this built-in anticipation for when it's released.
Well, now they sell it 3 months a year because they already start selling it like in October.
It's true. There's like this whole thing going on with Christmas encroaching on.
I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit of I like to start to celebrating Christmas like the 1st December. I don't like to start earlier because it's a holiday which I'm still going to celebrate for like 24 days. Why do I need to start 2 months before?
Yeah, I mean, from a personal perspective, I agree because I also just enjoy fall. Halloween is great. I love spooky, freaky stuff. Maybe not horror movies, but like the vibe. And when you already have a like Biltema, like there's already like All Hallows Eve has not yet happened, but there's already like an army of fake Santas in every goddamn store. And it's like, chill guys, we have a lot of time to buy this stuff. We can have a little bit of break from Christmas.
Like it's funny when you see that Christmas decorations are out before even Halloween decorations.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think I've seen online. There was like a Spirit of Halloween store. Do you know what it is?
No, you
So
can tell me.
so it's like a pop up shop in US. Uh, God, I hope it is. I'm just basing this off very small bits of information, but basically it's just like a wholesale of Halloween decorations and Halloween stuff.
Mm,
And before Halloween was even over, they were already blasting "All I Want for Christmas and You" in few stores.
of course they were. Let's see, if I'm going to talk about my Christmas day or where
Go
you're
ahead,
done.
go ahead. I think I still want to talk about Mariah Carey, but let's circle back and tell us, how do you spend your Christmas
Well,
day?
before Christmas Day, let's see. Like I do the traditional stuff, like watching Christmas movie, hearing Christmas music, and uh, filling the house with like small Santa Clauses and things like that.
Just these small pagan gods.
Mm. But Christmas Day itself, let's see, we celebrate the 24th, and what usually happens is that the around the first thing I do when I wake up is I actually watch old Scooby-Doo cartoons.
Why Scooby Doo?
I have some on DVD, and I usually pop that in and watch it because like this is kind of just a weird tradition, but when I was a little kid I heard that it was usual for my mother and my grandpa to watch Scooby-Doo episode because that was actually one of the few times a year that it was Scooby-Doo. So that has a bit of a point to it in older Swedish homes, but that has kind of disappeared. But I'm kind of just doing it because there's not a lot of things. There's not a lot of things to do on to do around the Christmas morning. So I was kind of just like, well, let's watch some Scooby Doo then, I guess. And then it kind of takes a while before it feels like Christmas really gets going. Like The first traditional kind of thing that you do around Christmas is 3 o'clock here when Donald Duck starts. Do I need to explain Donald Duck?
I think we explained it in the last Christmas episode. I think we talked about it a little bit, but I mean, you can summarize.
Well, there's a kind of yearly tradition for most Swede. Like our most watched program in the year is usually is this, or it's on second place. It's Donald is an old Disney cartoon where it's like Disney made an Christmas special which was airing in US, and that was brought over here in the 60s for Swedes when it wasn't that normal to watch Disney or cartoons, and it was very rarely to see it on TV. And that kind of stuck around, and now it's like one of Swedish Christmas biggest tradition, if I'm being honest. Like if you're not from here, then this might sound a bit weird, but it's totally true. Like, and this Christmas special is like old animated film put in like, I don't know, 5-minute clips. Like there's Lady and the Tramp, there's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, there's the Jungle Book. Yeah, that's one of the biggest traditions Swedes have, if I'm being honest. And after 3 o'clock, then we usually meet up with the family. We meet up. We look at each other's funny Christmas shirts or sweaters.
You guys do the Christmas sweater thing, like ugly sweater.
No, not my whole family, but I have started doing it.
I don't think I had.
Sometimes my brothers.
I don't think I'd have the guts. Like when it's Christmas, everybody's dressed to the nines.
Well, that kind of makes it nice to put a sweater on. And then we start to eat food, and what kind of I eat for food? Like there's meatballs, there's sausages, there's a smaller kind of sausages. There's salmon and a lot of fish related stuff. There's like there's bread, and one of the probably what I feel is the best thing around my Christmas table is something called Janssons frestelse, and it's kind of like a potato thing where it's. Do you know what Janssons frestelse is?
I think I know, but potato? What? I need to look it up.
It's potato with. Let's see if I unrest.
I think you should put a picture up for our viewers.
Yeah, maybe. I probably have already done it in that case. Yeah, let's see.
Thank you, future Fredrik.
There's potato, there's onions, there's anchovies, there's
it's anchovies. Why?
And it doesn't sound as delicious if I'm just saying it like this, but my God, that taste.
I'd have to. I'm afraid to try it.
You will be surprised. Like, it's so good.
So what do you eat it with? Is it like a side dish for meat or fish, or is it just like a entire dish in itself?
Well, you know how it's kind of there's on a plate there's kind of like meat and potato. That is kind of the potato part.
Oh, okay. I get it. I can vibe with that because I thought like you only eat it by itself for some reason.
No, we don't. It's on the plate. And then after that, I guess we open gifts. And in Sweden we open gift on the 24th with everyone around us. I don't know really why we do it.
I think
we do it whenever.
Like I think I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I think it's just like local tradition because I know we have some family in England, or at least like my brother's fiance, etc., and they open the gifts on the next day.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of the tradition around the world, right?
Not really. I mean, as I said, in Poland, we also open the gifts near each other, like 24th.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I have always just heard that, oh, that's just something that we do for because we're greedy or something like that.
Nah, it's not. And also, like, I've grown up in a Catholic church, where it's not even like the church thing. It's not even like religion. It's just tradition.
If I'm being honest, I forget the religious part in Christmas.
I don't like. Okay, so when you think of Christmas, you don't think anything religious.
No, not really, if I'm being honest.
That is interesting, because for me, I when I was a little kid, each Christmas we had like this. My grandparents and my parents, thank God we're not religious anymore. But when they were a bit more religious, we went to like in the week coming to Christmas. There were like wakes. So you took like adults and kids. They had like a wake from 6 p.m. to like 1 a.m. in church. From 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. with little kids.
In a place, in a cold place.
in a cold church. It was. I still remember it, but I can't recommend it. And also remember, like, you. I don't think you need to absolve your sins. The thing is, you do get whatchamacallit. Ah, I'm racking my brain for the name. What's the little piece of bread that you get at church?
Oh, I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember eating it.
Wafer. Okay, so usually when you receive communion, you need to absolve your sins at church. So that's what you did before, because you break the wafer when you at the Christmas dinner. So basically, each of us, we usually buy these. Like normally, those are like little circles that you can just munch. You shouldn't munch them; you just swallow them. But during Christmas, you can usually buy them in Polish stores in rectangles, in pretty big chunks. And the idea is it has like pictures and like decorations, and basically you go around the table, you go with each other, and you wish each person Merry Christmas, and you break the wafer with them.
I remember the first time I ate one of those when I was in church, and I thought I heard that you should eat them, and then I put it in my mouth and I took it out right away. Like, this doesn't feel like something that I can eat. And then I looked like at the next person that got it, and oh, he ate it. Oh, I guess I should eat it then.
Oh my god, you would be chastised so much in the churches I've been to.
I don't think anyone really saw me, if I'm being honest.
But yeah, so like all the big events like Easter, also we go to church, we sanctify, we like bless the eggs and like the Easter basket.
You bless the eggs.
Yes, it's another thing. So because it's like a tradition. Before Easter, you paint the eggs usually in onions. So they're nice and brown. You have some like a little bit of sausage, a little salt, like a lamb made of sugar, some bread, and then you go to church for a Sunday reading or like a little wake, and then the priest gets like a big staff and he sprays holy water over all the baskets.
Really?
Yes, and that's how you how you prepare for Easter in Catholic
He really
faith.
blesses the eggs.
Yes, and
I
then you
have
take
never heard of this.
and then you take the it's weird, but it's kind of fun. And then you take this everything that's blessed, and you portion it out for every single guest on the Easter dinner.
Okay.
So yeah, so like Christmas, Easter, that's really like churchy for me.
Oh, okay. No, I don't really think that much of the church when I celebrate Christmas, if I'm being honest. Like Swedes are very unreligious in these times.
I think that's great. Honestly. You don't want to have priests meddling in your business. It's so bad.
I guess not from reports that you sometimes hear.
Yeah, like because in Poland the church has a lot of power, which means that ergo, like priests have a lot of social sway, and they can like, for example, when my grandparents died, um, basically we needed to bury them, but because like they were paying taxes and stuff, like burial in Sweden is guaranteed for you by paying taxes, but in Poland, on top of taxes, you also need to like the priests each winter they come to your house knocking for donations. And if you do not invite them in or write them like and welcome them, then they write you in a little booklet that no, they were not good Christians. They did not invite you in.
They were not nice this year.
No, yeah, and every single year they take a note. And then when you want to get buried in a Catholic graveyard, they pull out the book and say, "Well, I mean, they didn't invite us in this year, this year, this year. I don't think I can allow them to get in the like to be buried here."
Talk about holding a grudge.
Yeah, yeah, it is because it's like a shakedown for money from church.
Like this is petty.
Yes, but that's my experience at least.
No, and let's see. Does it happen anything more for me on like Christmas Day? Like we sometimes eat some porridge, as I said, and then yeah, we kind of just spend time with family, and that's kind of my Christmas.
How do you say it in Swedish? The porridge. Is it gröt?
Gröt. Yeah, gröt.
I'm gonna make a gröt.
Julegröt.
What if I made gröt and I put the pictures on it on Twitter?
Yeah, do it if you want.
Would you want to do it with me?
I wouldn't want to eat it.
Come on! No one else in my house can eat gröt. They're all.
Well, I can eat normal gröt. I don't like Christmas porridge, if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah,
like,
you said.
I don't know why, but I can eat normal porridge, but I don't really like Christmas the kind.
Okay, because I'm gonna read the recipe. I think I can pinpoint what you don't like. So, according to köket.se, for Granny's Christmas porridge, you need rice, water, salt, milk, oh my god, cream, and cannelle and cinnamon. But when you serve it, you also add more milk. No, sötmandel. It's oh my god, what is sötmandel? Because I think that's the thing that makes you unlikely to eat it.
I think it's more the rice part actually for me. I don't like mixing rice with the other stuff. Like I like rice in itself, but
yeah, sweet almonds. Is it really though? I like pudding. I like rice with milk.
Well, maybe you would like it. We had it at school. That's in like the last Christmas week or like
yeah,
the week
did.
Before the Christmas break.
I might just because you can also buy it in tubes, right? Like I went to one of our shops here, and they just sell it in like plastic tubes. I might not even
Plastic
make it.
Tubes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like that's like it's just like a big tube, and they clamp it on either side with metal clamps.
Oh, okay.
The same they do with jam.
Well, do you have something else that you want to bring up this episode?
Yes, and it's one last thing, but it always makes me feel more like Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Mariah Carey.
Okay, yeah, I have heard some songs with her.
No, because like with years, she just became this meme queen. Like this year, she had like a full-on music video where like the clock turned from November 30th to 1st of December, and then she was encased in a block of ice, and as like countdown turned to December, the ice just began to crack, and then she like unfroze herself, and it's like she's free to unleash the magic of Christmas everywhere.
Christmas to everyone.
Yeah, like just like, and also last year same thing. Like she knows that she unleashed the beast, which is all I want for Christmas is you, and she owns it. Like, you go, Queen. Like Christmas is here.
Hasn't she sung that song for a lot of years?
Yes, and it's still as good as it was the first time. It's the definitive Christmas song.
I'm not sure about the definitive Christmas song, but it's probably one of the more prominent one. Sure. I can give it that.
There's also Carly Rae Jepsen Christmas song, which I don't remember the name of.
I don't think that's one of the primary ones.
It's for me.
Well, I guess so. Let's see. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Media Bubble podcast. Hit that subscribe button of Christmas joy, and big thanks to Jahzzar for the song Comedie. Have a wonderful Christmas.
Ho, 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 and a happy new year. If this episode becomes before New Year.
It does, Karol.
Happy holidays.